We've been farming here for quite a few years, and we've tried a lot of different things, but right now we're kind of still doing hay. We do chickens, we do beef cattle, we do grain, some grain. We do a fair amount of grain trials here, trying new varieties and trying to get an idea of what can work here on Vancouver Island for grain. You know, on this farm, Pleasant Valley Farm, is also the site of Vancouver Island Grain and Milling, where we do milling and of grain and flour, and we do grain cleaning here and all the things related to grain. That's my primary interest, I think, is probably in the grain. My family background is from Saskatchewan, and of course, as a kid, I had to go there and help with the harvest in, you know, late August before school would start, and it sort of gets in your blood. So, but here on Vancouver Island, you know, our properties are quite a bit smaller, but the yields are generally quite a bit higher. I've tried just about everything, trying to find something that could do well here. But the grains that I have in the last dozen or so years that I've been kind of on this project, I have kind of realized that I really like the grains with hulls on them. It gives it a little more protection. We got a lot more of a cushion against bad weather because of that additional hull. And that would include oats, barley, and I've tried some fall spelt. I really like that. I like the fall plantings because it takes away the pressure if I happen to get on the land in the spring, which it might be too wet and the fields are wet. People want food security, and they want to know that they can actually grow enough grain, and they're interested in it. It's you know, that is one of the original foods. That's one of the ones that civilization uses to sustain itself. It's something that can be stored. So people have a lot of interest in it. So they're putting more energy into local now than I've ever seen before. So my market is Vancouver Island. That's the name of my company, Vancouver Island Grain and Milling. And I started that name of that company for the primary purpose of getting people to ask questions, because as soon as I say that, they say Vancouver Island grain, so I get to talk about it, and that's it becomes a subject. Consumers that seem to be willing to pay a little more for really good, wholesome, locally produced food. So it probably won't pay like some of the high-tech jobs, you know, that we see on the news, but this is a really good living because it's self-sustaining. What we have here on our farm, every time my wife Carrie makes a meal, everything is local. We just talk about, you know, what's not on this table that comes from somewhere else. I'm also part of the Farmers Institute here, and I work on the Agriculture Advisory Committee. And one of the issues that we see in farming, in what we do here, and one of my goals, along with the grain, is to see younger people get into this business of farming as a career. You know, we need to hand this down. We need to get, you know, everything is here, the infrastructure is here. We want to see our life work be transferred into some kind of a sustainable thing in the new generation.